The general navigation of time and attendance is the focus of this chapter. The first thing to highlight is the account screen at the top right of the system. If the logins to time and attendance are specific to the system and not controlled through single sign-on, Windows authentication, or LDAP, passwords can be changed using the account screen. In a supervisory role, passwords can also be changed for an employee should they be locked out of the system through the Supervisee Passwords tab. If using an automatic login through single sign-on, Windows authentication, or LDAP, the password change must come from the original point of logon. Please contact your time and attendance system administrator if you have any questions on where to go to perform a password change. The next important item to highlight is the logout option. Use this button to close your time and attendance session. Stationed at the left of the time and attendance system will be the main navigation area with folders that open to subfolders and pages. This main view of the navigation is marked by the 3 lines in green shown here. Any of the pages that are here can be added into the favorites to create a customized view. For example, to add the total hours page to the favorites menu, hover over it until the star appears to the right of the page name. Then click the star so that it turns green. It is now available from the favorites menu. To remove it, simply hover over it within the favorites menu and uncheck the green star once it appears. The next navigation menu option is used to access saved filters. I will be showing how to set a filter in a few minutes. The fourth navigation menu item is for reports, most often used by those in supervisor roles. Reports can also be accessed from the main navigation under the folder for reports. Reports will be discussed in depth later in the Reports chapter. The final navigation menu is called Quick Launch, which includes recommended pages by the time and attendance development staff. Moving along to the right, there are 2 bubbles, one orange and one blue. When selected, the orange bubble will open user alerts, most often only accessed by those in a supervisory role. The blue bubble will open up requests. Both of these pages will be explained in depth in later chapters. Next up is the Employee Toolbar. The first drop-down is the Employee drop-down. Most often for those in an employee role, the only available option is the employee's own name, which will be selected by default. Those in a supervisor role will need to use this drop-down often, selecting the employee whose information needs reviewing or editing. For example, to see Victoria's punches, select Victoria from the drop-down when visiting the punches page. To the right of the employee drop-down are options for sorting and paring down the employee list. The number sign will resort the list by employee number. The left and right arrows can be used to move through the employees one at a time. And the search icon can be used to search the list on criteria such as employee last name, employee badge number, and employee number. The quickest way to navigate through the long list is to type the first few letters of the employee's last name in which you wish to bring up. That will bring that employee quickly up for selection. The final button for the employee drop-down is the employee filter. If a supervisor has many employees reporting to them, they may wish to pare down this list to only see a certain subset. The filter option will do just that. The drop-downs in the green bar are used for setting the filter. The first drop-down will list the criteria to filter upon. For example, those overseeing many departments may wish to select only a specific department in an employee list. To do so, select Org Department, and then select the operator. Is used to select a specific item. Is not is used to exclude a certain item. In is used to include a group of items, and not in is used to disinclude a group of items. In this example, I will select everyone that is in the department of IT. Then click Apply. The employee list has now shrunk to only show those who are assigned under the IT department. This would be an especially helpful way to approve a single group of employees or run a report on a specific subset, as the filter is now set across any pages that allow viewing of multiple employees. To remove the filter, click on the icon again and use the option to clear filter. The original full list of employees is now available again. The filter option is quite robust, as it's possible to add in additional comparisons, match on any, all, or customize between the filter options, and save the filter. To save, give the filter a name and then click the Save button. That saved filter will then become available underneath the Available Filters dropdown, as well as the Filter Navigation Menu item shortcut. The final stationary dropdown contains the pay periods for the system. If your company has multiple pay periods, the pay period that displays will be determined by the pay period assigned to the employee that's selected in the employee dropdown. Just like the employee dropdown, what is selected here will determine the information that displays in each page. For example, when needing to review time off in a future pay period, use this dropdown to move the pay period forward to the dates that include the time off. The pay period dates are maintained by your time and attendance system administrator, so it's important to understand that there will likely be a lag when the current calendar dates do not match the pay period marked as current in time and attendance. This will often happen as payroll is processed. This will not inhibit your ability to enter time for current and future dates. However, changing information within closed pay periods is disallowed. The current pay period is marked with a check mark. Moving dates forward will change the indicator to a right-facing arrow in an orange circle. Moving dates back will change the indicator to a left-facing arrow in a red circle. To quickly jump back to the current pay period, click on the pay period indicator. The final general navigation item to point out are the widgets on the home page. First, if you're not on the home page, use the linked logo specific to your system found in the upper left corner of Time and Attendance. In this instance, I will be clicking on the Time and Attendance demo site. Widgets are shortcuts to important information that can be reviewed and interacted with right from this homepage. The items that appear are determined by your specific security access and system setup, so it's possible that you do not have all of the items that are shown here. The order is customizable by user. To reorder them, grab a hold of the dots at the front of the line and drag that header line into its new position. To access the information within the widget, click on the plus button at the front of the widget's line. There are two tabs of options, including the Take Action tab and the Analyze tab, both containing valuable at-a-glance information once opened.